We're here today to talk with Niamh O'Connor, the Vancouver Courier's development reporter, who covers the considerable development in the city of Vancouver. Niamh, four neighbourhoods are currently updating their community plans. Marpole, the West End, Grandview Woodland, which includes Commercial Drive, and of course the downtown East Side. Refresh our memories, what is a community plan?
Right. Well, I've been covering this story for several months now, and a community plan is a plan that will affect various things in a neighborhood, such as development, land use, parks and open space, sustainability, public amenities, for the next 30 years. So when they make these plans, they have to be quite careful about what people want in the neighborhood over the next 30 years. And of course, the city is expecting increased population, so they have to deal with issues like density and things like that. So as I said, 4 communities are having their plans updated right now. And 2 of them have been quite controversial, the Grandview Woodland one and the Marpole one. Grandview Woodland, of course, was concerned about some towers that were proposed for the Broadway Commercial Drive area. The city has dropped that plan because of protests, but they're still concerned about other densification issues in the neighborhood. And then, of course, Marpole became more aware of the plan when a proposal to put a thin street in was raised. And the city then dropped the thin street due to protests. But again, the community of Marpole is still concerned about densification, particularly in the single-family areas. And, there's quite a lot of talk about concern about towers and even low-rise buildings. So more recently, Green Party councillor Adrian Carr presented a motion at council on Tuesday asking for the Grandview Woodland plan consultation to be extended. The plan was supposed to go, the final plan was supposed to be released in sometime around the fall and then potentially adopted by council in November. But the community has been very upset about it and has asked for extended consultation, so that's why Adrian Carr brought it forward. Now, so she brought it forward on Tuesday, and council opted to defer her motion for discussion until the September 24th meeting. And so that will be interesting to see how that discussion goes. And about a few weeks ago, Vision Vancouver councillor Andrea Reimer had also asked the staff to prepare a memo on the implications of extending plans, both positive and negative. So that should be ready for September. Also, more interestingly, the Marpole community, a group called the Marpole Coalition, who is against their plan, have been meeting weekly, every Thursday, planning to protest what's included in their plan. And they also submitted a request to city asking for an extension to consultation. So today they're meeting, actually tonight, to finalize the design on some protest signs to protest forced rezoning, as they call it. And they hope to have at least 2,000 signs up on people's lawns in Marpole by the end of August. They're also planning a barbecue on August 17th, I believe, to rally the neighborhood because they feel a lot of people still aren't aware that the plan is being updated. And then they've also been in contact with various other groups that are battling the city over various issues, and they hope for potentially a march to City Hall in September.
They are planning to march to City Hall?
All the various groups are considering sort of working out some sort of plan, and they're also considering creating an umbrella website to voice their concerns. And the Marpole group have actually budgeted $5,000 of their own money to create the petition, to print the signs. So people are putting up their own money to fight City Hall.
They seem like they're getting very well organized. What exactly in Marpole are they opposed to with the plan?
I think at this point it's mostly, there's a lot of single-family homes in Marpole, and they're very used to that kind of lifestyle. And they just don't like the idea of what they see as sort of a mass rezoning of their area to allow for things like triplexes or low-rise buildings and such. It'll be a major change for the neighborhood, and they feel like they were not properly apprised that the fact that the plan was being updated in the first place. So they feel a lot of people don't even know about it, and it's being forced upon them, and they have not had enough consultation.
Okay.
But it's difficult to say, by the way, whether or not the plans will be extended. But if they are, it might be interesting because next year, of course, is an election year. And if it goes into next year, it might affect what happens.
Thank you, Niamh.